Okay, so you want to change someone's mind about something. What exactly is your goal? Well, it's to change their mind, right? You might want to rethink that. Hey guys, in case you're new here, my name's Hayden Richards. I'm an emergency physician, and this is Comms Lab. On this channel, I share my journey and what I've learned as I strive to develop myself into an effective communicator and an emotionally intelligent leader. If you walked into a picture framer with your latest creation and they suggested a frame like this, you'd be confused, right? It's missing most of the picture. And yet when you walk into a difficult conversation where you hope to change someone's mind, and you haven't examined your own goals and priorities for that conversation, you're kind of doing the same thing. In this week's video, I want to give you 4 specific questions that will help you prepare for any difficult conversation where you need to convince someone to change their mind about something. My hope is that these questions will really broaden your frame of the conversation and open you up to more options once you get in there. The content from this video is based on material that I've learned from reading the book How to Have Impossible Conversations by Peter Boghossian and James Lindsay. I hope you find it useful. Question number 1. What is your goal? I know it's basic, but if you walk into a difficult conversation with the goal of just winning the argument, you're already asking for trouble. What is it that you're actually hoping to achieve? Do you want a resolution of a dispute? Do you want the other person to actually do something for you? Or do you want a better relationship with this other person? Question number 2. If you have more than one goal, how would you prioritize them? Getting clear about which goals are most important is useful because it helps you identify areas where you may be willing to compromise and areas where you're not willing to compromise. In most difficult conversations, there's a tension between establishing, restoring, or preserving some relationship, the relationship with the other person involved usually, and on the other hand, achieving some specific task. So which of these is most important to you? And is either of them important enough to sacrifice the other one completely? Question number 3. Which goals are non-negotiable? There may be points on which you are prepared to completely walk away from the conversation. The non-negotiables. If that is the case, it's really valuable to have those in mind before you sit down with this other person. Because otherwise, you might find yourself compromising and agreeing to things that really aren't in your best interests. Also, if it turns out that your non-negotiables just can't be met, then you may be better off focusing on building the relationship for future opportunities, rather than risking the relationship for an impossible outcome. Question number 4. What are the interests behind your position? The negotiation literature defines your position as the surface statement of where you stand on the issue at stake. Interests, on the other hand, are your underlying reasons, values, or motivations. Ask yourself, what are the reasons behind this goal? What are my motivations? What am I really hoping to achieve here? You might find that once you identify the underlying motivation for your goal, it opens you up to different options for how to get there. You may even find that the conversation you plan to have isn't even necessary. Okay, so you've identified your interests and you still want to pursue them with this conversation. Great. But the biggest threat to your success is something that you still haven't dealt with yet, your own emotions. And that's what we'll talk about in the next video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you there.